The Filthy Show has extremely explicit content. It is not intended for children, adults, or anyone really, especially retards without a sense of humor. If you offend easily, please fuck off now. Hi, welcome to another episode of the Filthy Show podcast, guys. I'm your host, Adam Luckey. My co-host, as always, is I'm not going to say anything negative today. He's looking nice and beautiful. I usually make jokes about him looking like a fat, overgrown child or someone that kidnapped fat, overgrown children. You do kind of look like someone, if you kidnapped kids, you'd only go after the big ones.
I like a challenge.
Yeah, it's like trophy fishing.
Yeah.
It's you got like a little
several pictures of me holding up fat kids. That's the one I caught back in '89.
Yeah, he's a 300
a real
pounder.
fighter.
It's technically illegal, that catch. But
yeah, I had to throw it back in.
Aren't they all at the end of the day?
You keep the males.
Our guest today, very fun guest. We have Cody Smith, Comedic Cody on TikTok.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for doing it, man. It's so fun to have someone like you because you're such a sweet, clean boy.
And we're going to get that out of here.
We're going to get a couple N-words out of you.
No, here we go.
Bring them in.
Hot start.
Bring in the
Hot start.
I love how before we said we weren't going to bring it up. But
first off, I said I wouldn't say it.
We didn't say we wouldn't get you to say it.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I'm not going to hold a gun to your stomach and be like, I know where you live.
I'm going to have to take a shot. I have to take a bullet for this.
You would take a bullet to the stomach before saying it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's racist. I actually think that's racist. I feel like you're hiding something at that point.
I don't know.
That means you really want to say it, but you don't want people to know how much you want to say it.
I've been waiting for this moment my entire life.
I'll tell you right now, all black people, I'm firing off a lot of ends before I get shot in the stomach. No offense to you guys. Getting shot hurts.
They just asked you to say it once. He said it 15 times.
Also, don't be mad at me. Be mad at the psycho that has a gun and is forcing me to say the N-word. That guy's crazy. Which in this situation is me.
Would you be upset if you said the N-word and he still shot you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Now I'm getting canceled and I'm dying.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't cancel a dead man.
That's a great question, by the way. That sucks to think about. Man.
Oh, yeah. Black people say the N-word and they still get shot.
Oh.
That's true. That's a good point.
Now I'm feeling the energy.
That's
I know what we're getting ourselves into.
No, that's actually the title to a Tupac song. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, God. What did I do?
It's okay. You'll be fine. We always tell all our guests whenever they get uncomfortable, I'm like, it's us. We're the ones that are never going to be on SNL.
I'm so excited.
You could be on SNL.
You're just holding the cue cards you wrote for us.
Yeah. You just wrote all this for us and forced it. Cody has actually been the ghostwriter for everything I've ever said.
God, no.
Yes, he has.
Please, no.
He really
If you came to the Arlington, Texas show, I didn't write shit.
I'm going to promise you right now, there's nobody watching our podcast that went to the Arlington, Texas show. I guess we could start with that because that is how we met and one of the main reasons I wanted you on, just so we could talk about it, because I think I've told the story on the podcast before, but basically how it works in comedy is sometimes you'll just get a call to go open for someone you've never met before. Like people will lose their feature or just have their opener get sick, or maybe the venue didn't book one for them and they thought they were going to. So I think in that case, you would call a booker for comedy clubs, right?
Yeah.
My buddy Josh.
I had just gotten in with Bark Comedy.
Yeah, who is awesome.
Bark Entertainment that does all of those clubs. Mm-hmm. And he was helping me a lot. That was my first year. That was the show that you and I did together was my 10th stand-up that was my 10th time at comedy ever.
That's awesome.
Jeez Louise.
And I mean, we had like 550 people or something.
Yeah, I believe they said it was like 750 by the time I was about to go out there. I was talking to the guy running the tickets.
It was
and then
jumping.
It was 500 by the time I got off.
Yeah,
I noticed some people going to the concession stands.
Man, I'll tell you what, to that point, I had still never gone to a stand-up comedy show. And I mean, I was always a stand-up comedy fan. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people that come to the shows, of course, coming from social media, they've never been to a stand-up show
have no idea what to expect.
So, dude, when you got up there and you started talking about like murdering babies, you could hear me in the green room audibly howling.
Oh, I could hear you.
I was laughing so hard. It's safe to say I've always had a dark sense of humor, even though I don't really dabble into it too much in my set. I have a few jokes here and there.
Yeah.
But man, when you got up there, I was like, oh, he's crushing it. And then you came behind the curtain and you were just like, hey man, thanks. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Apologizing.
I'm like, wait, what happened? I got on stage still laughing. Still laughing. Incredible.
I will say, so I got the call day of, and then I drove up to Arlington, about a 3-hour drive, but I had never done a theater before that. So that was actually my first theater show
Hell
ever.
Yeah, man.
So I was stoked to do it, and I had heard great things about the venue, and I looked up your stuff, and I was like, yeah, he's really funny. This is going to be really fun. But the first thing I thought was, this is not a great match. Like, I'll say that.
Incredible. It's the best match ever.
Oh,
man.
It rules. I've always been one to say, though, like, if you're funny, you should be able to, like, at least do decent in front of any type of crowd. Like, Nate Bargatze is famously a clean comedian.
Sure.
And he used to use Louis J. Gomez, who's, like, I'd say dirty or dirtier than me. And he used to open for him on the road all the time. And, you know, I'm not saying that it went super good.
I thought you did great.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I think they needed to loosen up, man. They didn't know what to expect.
Well, it's funny because I was sitting there because I didn't know what to expect from your audience. And I was watching them come in and I was like, a lot of middle-aged Southern women. Yeah. And I'll tell you what.
Is that your main fan base?
Man, it's grown. It's become very diverse now, luckily. So,
but at the time.
Oh, dude. Nothing but.
Yeah. Okay.
You would have seen like a couple dudes peppered in, but you know they didn't want to be there. It
was a lot of husbands. And that's kind of who was carrying me through the set were the husbands. And I'll also say it was pretty much a cold open, I think, because your friend went out there.
Oh, God.
And I don't even, is he just your buddy or was he?
No, that's Steve. He's Bongs with Steve. He came out, he patented the koozie that has the, funnel on the bottom of it.
The beer bong thing.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
So beer bong Steve, and he got up there and he just had people come up on stage bonging beers and doing
that's what he did.
Yeah,
that's what I followed.
Man, I think after working with you, it really jump started me working with like local comedians and learning more about comedy, because before then it was just like almost an entertainment gig. Like you would just kind of do stuff to fill gaps, and then I would go up on stage and stuff like that. So it's been so cool working with local people, and
you learn a lot. I mean, from that,
so
especially because I've worked with a couple different people who like came from social media to comedy, and some of them were comedians a little bit, but most of the time it's like maybe they were 2 years in. And then they just blew up on TikTok or Instagram, and now they have a huge fan base, and they're able to fill out clubs and stuff. And you notice, like, they're usually like really cool people to work with, and they want to like talk and like learn stuff, because some of them are assholes and have a big ego, but a lot of them are
like we're selling out. Fuck it, we don't need to do anything. That doesn't last.
No, and I don't think those guys have any longevity either. If you have that mindset, because you're not going to improve. You're just going to be that guy and hope that carries you.
Yeah. But, and coming from social media, you're already looked at in like when you get into stand up, 9 times out of 10, you'll go to a green room and they're like, man, this dude is such a douche. And they, before they even talk to you, you just walk in and they're like, fuck this guy. So now you're in the green room by yourself, like, oh, I had a couple questions. Yeah. I just wanted to learn. And the best thing that I've learned this year, now that I really started writing, I've met comedians, for example, Trey Lamb in Salt Lake City, Utah. He actually took the time out of his day and listened to my set, which you don't hear a lot of.
Yeah.
And he stayed back and like gave me a couple punchlines I could work with, or like how to kind of tag a certain joke. And he was like one of the first people that have ever done that. And I'm like, that's a beautiful thing. And then certain comedians reach out to me, and that we kind of just spitball trying to write jokes. And it's like, okay, there's nothing there yet, but how can I add to this? Because I know there's gold in it eventually, but it's like I'm going to keep telling it until something clicks. And this is the year I learned that, where it's like you tell a joke long enough, something's going to happen.
Yeah, that's how you build stuff. And that's why Austin's good. And you just moved to Austin, right?
Yeah.
Austin's great because you can easily do 4 or 5 sets in one night in front of actual crowds too, not just a bunch of shitty open mics. Like once you get incorporated in the scene and like know the people, like when I have a normal shift at Mothership, they let us, so when we're working the door there, they'll let us go and do sets at other clubs.
Oh, hell yeah.
You just got to let them know in advance, and then you clock out, and you can go to pretty much any club that's within walking distance, which is like 6 clubs, basically.
Shit.
So you got a lot of opportunities. So almost every shift I have there, I'm doing like at least 2 or 3 sets on top of maybe doing a set there. Because they're also really cool about throwing us up.
Hell yeah, man.
I mean, yeah,
that's awesome.
It's like that there too, because you get to see so many like top level comedians killing it, and also so many like attractive girls that get to be famous.
Where are you from before Austin? Like, where were you?
Moved here from Nashville.
Nashville.
Oh, nice. Did you do any comedy out there?
Yeah, so I didn't do any of the new material Mondays or anything. I wish I would have, because I was always so scared of open mics because I was like, I got too comfortable doing shows in front of my crowd.
Open mics will humble you real quick.
Oh, dude, I loved them. When I did my first open mic here in Austin, I did one at Buzzmill.
That one's not bad.
There was about 15 people or so, a lot of comics. And then,
but like probably 15 like actual audience members, right?
Yeah.
Buzzmill does usually
was like half and half.
Something.
It was comics and a little bit of a crowd. And then my second open mic was here. And it was a crowd. It was on a
Sunday?
It was on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my mic.
Okay.
Well, my wife runs it now, but that's the one I started.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I want to say it was early. It was like at 8 o'clock.
Is that the one where you have to email in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so those mics are good. The curated mics in Austin are great. The problem is there's so many open mics where it's just if you show up, you'll go up.
Yeah.
So it's like 70 comics, and the sign-up process is insane because everyone's in lines, and so one guy's been waiting for an hour and a half now. He's yelling at another guy, and it's like, hey, you're all gonna bomb.
Yeah.
You're all gonna bomb in front of each other, and no one's gonna care. So who cares who goes up first?
No, I got that email and I flipped shit. I was so excited, dude. But I was also so nervous because I'm like, this is gonna be in front of a crowd.
That's probably the best mic in town.
Yeah,
it was incredible, man. I had a ball.
Well, outside of the mothership mics, but the mothership mic is less of a mic.
Yeah,
it's more like it's basically like
a showcase, like. New people.
Have you signed up for that yet?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm still learning online. I didn't want to be that guy that like reached out to people that work there or know somebody that works there and been like, "Hey, man, let me get a spot." So I've been trying to read up online. How to get into that.
It's every Monday now. They just dropped the Sunday one.
They literally
They used to have two. They used to have a Sunday, Monday one. And
Sunday just dropped.
They just stopped doing it.
Like I missed the first two, and I didn't know it was a thing. So I went to sign up last Sunday, and that was the first official day it got dropped during the festival.
Yep.
Because I got there and they had just like
I remember they had a sign up. A lot of people showed up.
Yeah, dude,
like rats.
Oh man, I was like, I missed that opportunity because. But yeah, I've been signing up for the Monday ones.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, because those are great. I mean, but they really aren't open mics. You get in there and you realize it's just basically an audition. That's why it's so surprising how many. Most of the people who sign up are like not even comedians. They're brand new open micers who've done comedy maybe a couple like weeks or months.
Sure.
And it's just like, what did you think was going to happen? Like they get in there and they bomb, and then it's like, what was the point of that? Like, what did you get out of that?
Yeah.
It's not because most open mics you go to get better at comedy. That's more of one you go to when you think, okay, I'm ready to have myself be seen by a booker. Sure. And same with Sunday here. Sunday's kind of the same way as well because it's a little more lenient towards newer comics, but it's a good mic to go to. Like if you feel like you're like killing it.
Yeah, no, I did a pretty good set, and I was just nervous about trying like new stuff.
Yeah,
because it's like I have to rep it out.
Yeah, you got to try new stuff because you don't ever want to be the guy that everyone's just like, oh, he's doing that same 5 minutes we've all seen. Like, there's people who do that for 10, 15 years.
True. Like 20, 30 years. Yeah. But open mics are like the best thing that happened in my career, dude. I needed that. I needed that because I bombed. Not really bombed, but I did jokes that I was comfortable doing in front of a crowd in Atlanta. It wasn't my crowd. And it's like I was told I'm not big in the black community. No, I am. But my thing is I was told that I was doing 50 minutes. So I had my normal set because I'm more of a storyteller. I had my normal set planned out with a couple things cut here and there. I got there and they're like, hey, you're doing 30. And I had never done 30. I was doing like an hour, 90 and stuff like that. So I got there and I was telling my stories and I realized I had to crunch my time. So I would tell the story to the end right before the punchline and then just go to the next joke. It was the worst feeling ever. There was a dude walking out.
Not to sound rude, but that's an awful way to do comedy.
Oh, horrible. So literally the opposite of what you're Yeah. Dude, I sucked. There was a guy that was walking out. Keep in mind, it wasn't my show. I was a part of it, but a guy was walking out and he gave a handshake to the host and he goes, hey, you need to cut that first dude. He fucking sucked.
No. Was it a lot of black people in the audience?
It was a mixture. It was a mix. It was like 50-50, but to give perspective, at one point, like a person got up on the stage and was like dancing, drunk as hell.
That was probably a white person. That was a white person.
Yeah, it was a white person. It was a white lady. And the dude that said I sucked was like 6'3", skinny, buzz cut white dude, and he was like, "Hey man, great job. Cut that first dude. He fucking sucked." And I'm like,
welcome
you know
to
what?
comedy.
Yeah,
and
I had 3 more shows after that. 3 more shows. I adapted quick.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
3 shows at that venue.
I fixed.
I started
Every
to
show
do the
after.
punchlines at the end of my story.
Yeah, I mean, I've had sets like, especially at Mothership, it's hilarious because a lot of the sets we do, we're working. So I'll do a set and then I have to go downstairs when the show's over and unlock everyone's phones from their bags. So if you bomb and then you go downstairs and you make eye contact with every single person and give them 10 to 15 seconds of your time and they can tell you whatever they want to tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
And
you know what? That builds character.
Oh, it does.
That's good
It also
for you.
builds hatred towards drunk women for me because they're really mean to me.
Damn, man.
No, it's okay. I understand where they're coming from, so I never get upset about it. I usually just try to be nice to show them that, I'm not some evil person. I'm just doing offensive comedy. That's just what I like to do. And they're drunk and they're dumb because they're women. So they
Also, you got to realize Adam's nice isn't nice.
yeah, it can still be pretty mean.
It's just him not making them cry.
That's fair.
I know they hear my comedy and they feel attacked. They feel like I'm being mean specifically to them, even though it's like I can't even see you in the crowd. I'm just doing jokes.
Yeah.
So then when they come downstairs, they're like, "Oh, now I can attack him back." And I'm just
To a certain degree, though, it's got to open some, like, out of every 300, you've got to open the minds up of at least 4 people.
Well, I get a lot of
that.
that. I get a lot of people who at the beginning of my set you can tell they're just like, "What?" And then by the end, they're like cracking up.
Because they're like, okay, he's joking.
Yeah.
There needs to be more people like that.
They start to realize that. Well, I think that, especially in Austin has gotten that reputation as the scene where just everybody says faggot all the time.
Oh, so much, dude. There's been, like, every mic or every showcase, it's been like, suicide, cocaine, and depression.
Hell yeah!
Because I got up at Buzzmo and I'm like, "Hey guys, I'm doing great. I'm fine.
Teslas are weird, am I right? Electric cars. What's next?
No, I mean it's been a lot of that, dude. It's been a lot of that.
Well, I
so
think
I'm just trying to stick to my script.
What it stems from, and we're from the Seattle comedy scene. I mean, mostly Tacoma, but it's outside of Seattle.
Bad.
So
I
I
love for us. For
I
sure.
love
You've been
Tacoma.
humbled, dude?
No, dude, I
Tacoma
love Tacoma.
was amazing,
Tacoma and
but-
Spokane are some of my favorite clubs.
Yeah, we would do great there. But the thing is, there's not so much to do outside of just those 2
Drugs.
clubs. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
do drugs.
a lot of drugs.
But I
dude.
mean, as far as comedy, if you want to get more sets like throughout the week, you got to go into Seattle.
Yeah.
So we would do that, and it was
The
a lot of that.
audiences were fine. It's the comedians up there that were fucking terrible.
So that's what I'm kind of saying in the scene here. Like there, you couldn't say stuff on stage. You could go. There would be a guy who's done comedy 2 times, goes on an open mic, says something offensive, and then they cancel him from
He's never back.
He can never go to any other open mic. It's like he's learning. Like he'll probably never be that good. Like most guys who just go to an open mic and say super offensive shit and it's not that funny aren't gonna pan out to be much. But if 1 in every 100 does, why not let it happen?
There was a woman up there. She had Tourette. I know, gross. There's women up there. Fucking gross.
no.
Yeah, they're still doing that up there.
She had
Count me out.
Tourette's. She was a comedian. She had Tourette's, and she saw a black guy, and her Tourette's made her say the N-word.
Was this in Seattle?
Yeah.
Yep.
And they canceled
And they
her.
canceled her. They like.
And then drown her. Yeah.
They probably would have.
Yeah.
This is 100% true story. Yeah. Girl with severe Tourette's goes on stage. I believe she says that she has Tourette's. And this is an open mic too. And it's like most people who have been to an open mic should know you're going to hear crazy shit.
Yeah.
I always say you should preference that at the beginning. The host should say,
Have that in your mind.
this is going to be crazy. She goes out there. She sees a black guy. Says the N-word and on stage and everyone or no, actually I think she said it when another black comic was on stage.
Yeah, she was in the back.
She was in the back and she saw a black comic and she said it. And the thing is with
So it like
Tourette's,
echoed to the stage.
yeah. But this is what I say about that because they ended up canceling her even though she had Tourette's and they were like, well, it's just not a good place for you to be. I'm like, oh yeah, so people with handicaps can't perform. That's kind of anti-woke, what you guys are supposed to be
Where
doing.
is she at now?
Dead.
And, and in their defense, she had nonverbal Tourette's, so that didn't make any sense.
At the end of her set, she said she didn't actually have Tourette's, so that's crazy.
She was actually deaf, and that was the first time she ever talked. It was racism cured her.
Racism cured her?
But what I said is, I don't know who the black comic is, but apparently he just like shut down and got really weird about it on stage. But here's the thing. If you're a black comic and a girl with Tourette's calls you the N-word on stage and you can't make that funny, you should quit.
Yeah. You should quit being
If
black.
I were him, I would have actually brought her on stage and had her sit on a stool behind me during my set. So if it happened again, that's a show.
Oh, yeah. 100% like not her fault. And they're like, well, what if she's lying? I'm like, well, that's crazy then.
Let's pull up some home videos from when she was a child.
What if she's lying? Well, she's playing chess then. She's
in a room full of white people still saying it. It's like, okay, guys, it's just not made up. Okay,
but the way that scene works, to give you like a reference, is then like a couple months later, one of the guys who booked that club, who was just, I always thought he was a weirdo creep, but he played the PC rules, so they all loved him. He texted like 3 different girls in the middle of the night, was like, I want to hold you down and come all over your face, and you're a dumb idiot, I want to bang you. And instead of canceling him, everyone's just like, well, he had like a psychotic break and he smoked weed for the first time in a little while. I'm like, okay, so he's allowed to lose his mind randomly out of nowhere.
He smoked weed for the first time.
100%.
So he's gonna hold you down and come on you.
That was his excuse. Not even joking. He straight up said,
no go.
They used the Roseanne excuse.
All you got to do is smoke a blunt, and you can say whatever you want to anybody. That's actually crazy.
You can get away with a lot. You just got to hit that joint first.
Yeah, that guy was a creep.
And I could tell that about a lot of the guys in that scene. Like most of those like male feminists, like super wokey guys, it's like it's an act. They're acting that way so that they can get into a certain position, probably for bad reasons.
The true good guys hate women.
Here we go. We're back.
The Proud Boys.
That's the premise of today's episode. Damn.
We actually have a really good relationship with female comics in this scene.
Yeah.
Well, with the funny ones. Because that's the thing is...
Yeah, I mean, duh, dude.
Well, I'm married and I don't cheat on my wife, so
good. That's a start.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah,
I mean, I've only had 2 chances, and they were both with Chris.
I'm gonna get them. 3rd time's the charm.
I'm gonna keep trying.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm not saying that all female comics do this because they don't. Some do though, as they hook up with bookers or like flirt with bookers, get close to bookers so they can start getting booked on stuff.
Oh shit.
So if that ever happens to me, I always just say no. And
I was the only one. How'd you guys think I got here?
You lapped up my butt a little bit. Just 3
you got lapped? I haven't gotten anything yet.
Yeah.
3
we
licks
did a little
for
butt
podcast.
to butt intercourse. It was crazy.
You just slammed asses together?
Yeah, like 2 toilet plungers. That's like,
oh.
Yeah, the noises were crazy. We got stuck at one point. It was like a Chinese finger trap. I was like, we just had to push in and then push out. You're pulling too hard. But so the funny female comics, I always get along with them because I'm booking them because they're funny. I'm not booking them because I want to hook up with them. Sure. And most of them are ugly anyway, so it's totally fine.
If they're funny, they got it.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
And then I'll get like a not a great reputation amongst like the hot girl comedians that are just coasting off of that.
They're like, you're not giving me a chance.
Or I've heard like, oh, he doesn't book women. I'm like, no, I just don't book you because you're bad at comedy. Which is
touche.
Most women in comedy don't ever really have to face that too much.
Yeah. Damn.
But yeah, you don't have to speak on that. You don't have to give an opinion. Don't worry about it. That's all Adam.
No, that's not it. I was more so listening, just taking it in because I haven't really gotten into the scene until getting to Austin, because in Nashville I was touring every week for months and months and months, and we lived there from January to August. I started touring in February, so I didn't even really get to get out in the scene, but I did a show at Zany's, and that was really the most that I spent doing comedy actually in Zany's. But now looking back, I wish I would have done way more.
Well, I've always said Austin's a terrible place to start comedy, but for you it's a little different because you had a big jump in the beginning. So you kind of have to catch up quickly.
Oh, like, I'm starting from the ground up. As soon as I got here, I was like, I'm not gonna tell people that I headline or do anything like that. I literally want to go and just experience it like everybody.
And
like,
you learn a lot fast here. But we were talking before the podcast. The thing about Austin is there are two scenes. There's the open mic scene and the comedy scene.
Yeah.
And there is not a lot of connection between them both.
You're doing way.
There's a microphone.
Well,
That's the connection.
They've broken away is the problem. Because like I was saying earlier, a lot of these open mics are just anyone can show up, anyone can sign up, and they can do it as much as they want. And there's no audience. So they're not really being judged by any real audiences. They're not learning how to do a show. They're just learning how to perform in front of people that don't give a shit, other comedians. So the stuff, a lot of the stuff that'll kill in that room is not good. It's not stuff
you
that
don't
you want
ever know if it's actually gonna kill. So you could, you could do a mic and your jokes could be funny and nobody laughs, and it's like, oh well, I got to throw that away, and you're throwing away heaters.
And that's probably why, like, that there's so many people saying super offensive stuff, because it gets the attention of the other open micers. Funny or not, they're like, hey, that guy in there is screaming. He's screaming a bunch of slurs and he took his shirt off. It's going great. But
a lot of the bars are even opening up like open mics shows? Upstairs. Like, there were just regular bars, and they're like, man, comedy's popping. I'm going to turn the upstairs into an open mic.
And they're doing
honestly, it left and right.
That can be good, but the problem is that most of the people in the open mic scene that are going to want to run the open mic are idiots. And they're just gonna put on all their friends, and they're not gonna try to make anything out of the room.
Damn.
Like, realistically, the best thing to do would be start an open mic in a bar, pick a night that like there's not a lot of stuff going on so that people will come see it.
Yeah.
And then eventually, if it goes well, start doing a showcase on top of it.
Word will get
so,
around
do an
about
open mic, and then afterwards do a showcase with 5 or 6 comics, and you can charge for people to come to that, or other way around, do a showcase open mic after that.
Okay.
But instead, what it just becomes a hang for all the shitty open micers and their friends.
And they're bad people. They suck.
Dude,
they smell.
I wasn't gonna say it.
psychos.
I wasn't gonna say it, man. It's been I want to say like it's been welcoming. No.
You've been welcomed by the actual comedians of the city.
You're normal.
Go to an open mic at fucking Thursday at midnight.
Yeah, I gotta imagine
this fucking TikToker. It's okay.
They hate me, bro.
He's handsome. He has a house.
He doesn't have a lisp, and he's not racist.
I did an open mic the other night, and there was some comics that I keep seeing at like all the open mics.
Say their full names.
Dude, I swear to you, I don't know them.
No one does.
But man, I hit a punchline, and the audience that were just watching the show started laughing. Those dudes were looking at me like, "What a fucking douche."
Oh yeah,
dude. I wanted to get. I ran off that stage. I ran off. I was like, okay, I feel good about this. I'm not about to get my feelings hurt and go back out there and sit and listen to the rest. I just left. Dude, they hate me.
Even us,
everybody,
they'll be like, oh, those guys might be doing shows, but they never come to the open mics. I'm like, I'll do an open mic if it's an actual show. I'm not gonna go do 5 minutes for like 80 comics.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe if I'm here, why not?
I'm a firm believer of doing those kind of open mics when it's just comedians. They will make you worse if you're at a certain point.
I think at the beginning,
100%.
First couple of years for just the normal average Joe comedian.
Like if I was 3 years in, I'd do them a lot.
I think you do them, and you learn a lot through that. And you also make connections and meet people. But what usually happens in other scenes is at those open mics, there's real comedians and producers that are there working on new stuff.
Yeah.
Which is the case at some of the open mics here, but most of the real comedians avoid it because there's plenty of showcases to do guest spots on. There's a handful of decent open mics that you can actually try new shit on.
Sure.
And yeah, like late night creek mics, there are a lot of like really good comedians will do those. Yeah. But it's more so just like, hey, I did it just to see like,
scope it out.
If these new jokes can even do anything in this room. And it's worth it to test that out as long as you're doing other things.
Yeah.
But there's so many guys who are only doing that, and then you see him get on Kill Tony, and it's hilarious.
It's a whole change of perspective. I did one open mic out here in front of all comedians, and I will promise you I'll never do that again. Dude, I felt so bad, and I was like, it's continuous laughs at this set that I did, and then I did it there, and it's like 2 people in the front that actually, like, I guess I've made friends with since I've been in Austin. Mm-hmm. They laughed, and then everybody else was like, "Fuck this kid!" Literally,
this guy's
dude.
I
was like, "Okay, thank y'all." At one point, I stopped and I said, "Fuck y'all, that was funny," and then I just stopped. I didn't even say it in an aggressive way. I started laughing. I was like, "Fuck y'all, that was funny," and then I just stopped.
One thing I've like tried to stress to the open micers here is like go to other scenes too. Like San Antonio has a club, LOO Comedy Club, really great club.
Yeah.
I've worked it a couple times, and their open mic is like legit. Like you're not for sure going to get on, but that's how most good open mics are.
Yeah,
like you show up.
It's got to be a little bit.
It should be tough to get on.
It should be. You should have to earn your way into getting stage
100%.
time. That's realistically what makes good comedians. Where we started Tacoma Comedy Club, you'd email in, you'd get one spot a month, if that. You might not even get one.
Yeah.
They put you on one of the Wednesdays, maybe one of the Tuesdays. They had 2 a week. And then if you didn't get on, you could go and put your name in a bucket and just wait and see if you could. They pull 3 names. They do that on the Sunday one here.
If you were absolutely lucky, you'd get on the Tuesday and Wednesday, but that was rare.
And then what could happen though is if you went and consistently did good and got to know the people, you could go up to the host and be like, "Hey man, I'm not on the list today. Do you think you could like maybe pull my name out of the bucket?" Like,
oh shit, okay.
But that was also very
dazzle.
Yeah, and then they would do that for the good. Most of the time, the good comics or like their friends, but it would give you incentive to actually work hard and like show
work your
up,
way into that.
Hang out and get to know people, and it just kind of get incorporated in the scene rather than I can just show up at this place at midnight and sign up, go 27.
Drunk as fuck.
But also that mic we're talking about had like consistently 50 to 100 people. It was at Tacoma Comedy Club.
They had
the original one.
The second mic I ever did at Tacoma Comedy Club had 170 people.
Yeah. It would get
it's the only comedy club. Well, now they have
2 of them.
They have a lot
in Seattle, in Tacoma.
Oh, in Seattle. Yeah, they have Comedy
Seattle,
Bar and
they
Laughs.
have a bunch. Okay,
that's all in Seattle now.
Does Tacoma have a lot of clubs?
Well, it used to be one club, and then when we moved,
now Tacoma has 2.
They have 2 Tacoma
they have the
comedy
big
clubs.
room and the smaller room.
And
in
that's
Tacoma.
just it right now.
Yeah.
Which is
they had Nate Jackson's super
that's
funny
in
comedy
Lakewood.
Club. Oh God.
Yeah,
that's not in Lakewood, is it?
Yeah, it's in Lakewood.
Lakewood's terrible.
But I mean, it's
a lot of black people.
It's a black room, and I've always said black rooms are really important when you're starting a comedy because it gives you some perspective on where you're at.
Yes.
Because the first time I ever did a black room, I went out and was like, "How's everyone doing?" And a girl went, "Shut up and be funny, faggot."
Oh yeah, fact.
Like,
they will let you know immediately.
Yeah.
They want to hear the jokes. They want to like you, but you have to work for that shit.
Yeah. Well, they want you to be funny is the main thing. They don't care how you do it. They don't care what you say.
They want you to be funny.
I've said the N-word with a hard R in front of 100 black people, and they were running around the room because they were so excited.
Black rooms are where I fucking thrive. I love them so much.
Well, it's kind of why. It's funny because we came to Austin. I had all these black material, and I'm doing it for all these white crowds. And people are like,
just
"Why
like,
do you have so much jokes about black guys? Are you racist?" I'm like, no, just used to there actually being black people in the crowd.
grew up around them, and there's none of them.
Nah,
There's racist.
Austin.
There's black people in Austin, but they don't go to comedy shows.
No.
They don't. They just run around 6th Street.
Every time we have a black joke, we have to just go find Cam Patterson.
Get him to.
Hey, is the N-word funny again?
Yeah. Dude, 6th Street has been a learning experience itself.
It's crazy.
As soon as I got here, almost everybody at Mike's were talking about the homeless folks. And I was like, yeah, there's homeless people everywhere. I get it. And then I just had my 30th birthday and we went down to 6th Street, Dirty Six, and it's just as bad as they make it out to be.
Oh, it's better
yeah,
too.
like aggressive. Bro.
Crazy thing is, it's so much better than when we moved here. There used to be encampments under every overpass.
6th Street's mascot is a syringe. I am convinced.
A syringe inside a woman in a diaper.
That has a diaper over her head.
And the sad thing is, those homeless people are funnier than these open micers.
Some of them are pretty good. They've got some good quips.
Here's what we're going to start, guys. We're going to start going up to homeless people and just allowing them to have a 3-minute set.
I had an idea kind of like that.
Yeah, we were going to do
homeless hilarity.
It's like Man on the Street, but with the homeless people.
Yeah, just like an unconscious
Until
woman.
we get stabbed, I think this would be a good show.
Well, we would get stabbed, and then they would be a great show.
Oh, yeah. I used to live on Dirty Street, right above a bar. I almost got stabbed several times by homeless people.
I was going to say,
yeah, he called me at like 3 a.m. and he's like, I can't go home. I was like, what's wrong? He's like, a man was shot to death in front of my door.
100%.
And I was just hanging out with the cops and the other homeless people.
Dude, it's genuinely just as bad as.
But it's crazy because you go there and then you'll go into the clubs. Like when you go on Mothership from 6, it's a different world.
Yeah.
Because it is so locked down.
I still haven't gone down in there. I haven't gone.
Yeah, I'll show you around sometime. I mean, come by today. I can show you around.
I'm not doing shit. Yeah.
I don't think there's.
We're doing spots there tonight.
I'm not.
Oh, you're
no,
not?
I'm not now.
Oh,
we'll talk
sorry.
about it later. I got bumped off a show.
Yeah.
No. Well, sorry.
Damn.
We can cut that
all
out.
right.
Do I need to get off this show right now? I don't want to miss my opportunity before I get it. Okay.
No, it wasn't. It's just you know when you get spots there that there's a chance that bigger comics are going to show up. And most of the time they will keep you on. This was a pretty big comic that was doing me a favor by putting me on.
Dude, I almost got bumped off of my own headlining spot in Birmingham, Alabama.
How the fuck was that?
Jelly Roll.
Fun fact, I opened for Jelly Roll in North Carolina. He actually, I got to bring him up on stage. I taught his brother how to make a TikTok.
I love Jelly Roll. He's the sweetest guy in the world.
Such a great guy.
I'm such a big fan. I never got to meet him yet.
That was in Laurinburg, North Carolina.
Just he is so fat. Open and easy to talk to.
He's lost weight.
Oh, he's still pretty fat.
Oh, he's a big dude. Like
he could lose 200 pounds and still be 400.
Yeah, he's big. He's a big dude.
He's a big boy.
Yeah,
me, him, and Tony Casillas took a picture together, and it's just 3 thick boys.
Such a nice.
We
guy,
all
man.
look so sweaty.
Dude, you've lost weight.
Yeah. Bad reasons.
Because
yeah.
All right.
Don't give him props.
Cut.
There's this new diet powder out right now.
It's called Go-Go powder. No, honestly, a lot of it came from working too, because there's, well, you have to do stuff that makes you work good.
Yeah, it's hot as shit outside too.
Well,
we're just gonna blame everything but the pixie dust.
There are so many stairs in Mothership though,
really?
And it is like I've even like logged my steps. It is so much fucking walking you have to do because you just walk around the place and like have to go from place to place, and you're seating people and stuff too, so you're moving all the time.
Yeah,
but
and when you're working so much, you forget to eat.
Yeah, and sometimes you get a little tired. And
I get that, man. I get that.
I mean, honestly, sometimes I don't eat because 6th Street it's pizza or tacos.
Yeah,
and I'm
dude,
so
have y'all
over
had
both
Diddy Dog yet?
Yeah,
it's
I love
great.
Diddy Dog.
Yeah, dude.
It fucking slaps,
dude.
man.
Did you get a full one?
Yes.
You gotta do
and
no
I was so
customizations.
skeptical.
Yeah,
but
dude,
I got
try
it.
the bulgogi fries. They're so good.
Oh, talking dirty to me, bulgogi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that thin little meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like
that's what they called me
it's
in
Korean
college.
meat.
It's actually it's bulldoggy fries. That's
Korean meat. Like I said.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Bulldog fries.
I think Donald was just telling us about that. No,
yeah, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those Mexican
threw me
fuckers
out.
do eat dogs.
No, he didn't say Mexican. It's like Haitians, right? Isn't that what he said?
Haitians?
No, I think it was just in Ohio.
But what a crazy thing to pull out. Like,
yeah, that was wild, man.
He was probably on his way to the debate and like was reading something on Reddit. It was like,
This'll get
oh
him.
my God, I'm going to talk about this.
Dude, and I don't know shit about politics, but I've been staying up to date listening, just hearing the crazy shit that they say, and it's awesome.
It does seem like all of Donald Trump's political points are just Reddit posts.
It's crazy
fact,
to hear that people talk about the debates because they're like, dude, it was a good debate. Kamala was a little funnier. I'm like, oh, that's what we're talking about? Who was funnier? The people who are going to have
That's where we are, man.
finger on the nuclear button. Who's funnier? That's what we're worried about.
I mean, it would be pretty funny to just blow up North Korea.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Bam.
We're doing it because we can.
That's crazy. Yeah. Donald Trump should win. He's probably going to win.
I don't know.
There's no way Kamala.
I talked to so many people that are like, Kamala's actually really cool. Like, I've noticed that lately. I'm like, yeah, it's almost like they're purposely trying to brainwash you into thinking she's cool. By having her do
somehow,
TikToks
like,
and stuff.
she's had, like, Megan Thee Stallion and Taylor Swift on her side. And
Trump's got to get someone. Trump's got to get, like...
Oh, no, Trump's had some heaters, man.
Trump's got to get, like, Tom
Theo
McDonald.
Von right off the rep. Like,
yeah, dude.
He started off with Theo Von. You've already got 3/4 of the world
Trump
on your
gets Tom
side.
McDonald, it's over, dude.
Trump has Tom McDonald.
He does.
What are you talking
in
about?
his hands. Yeah. No,
Do you know
I
who
don't
that
know,
is?
man.
Do you know
Tom
Tom
McDonald
Yeah.
made a song about him getting shot.
Really?
About Trump getting shot.
full song.
You never
Yeah.
gonna shoot Trump?
Dude,
Yeah.
can we play just a snippet of that?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
No, he doesn't sound like someone that would be cool with it.
Yeah. No.
We've
I mean,
had
Tom
the
McDonald's
chance
so terrible.
to become far right personalities a couple times
did,
now.
yeah.
I feel like I
pushed
just
back on
don't
it.
know enough about it. I just try not to educate
Well, my
myself on
mindset
it.
is I'm a long road away from having a full-on career, but eventually when I get there, if I
And
get there,
every day I do one of these, it gets longer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my mindset is that I want to build my career on the people that actually like this kind of stuff.
100%.
Like who just like offensive comedy and like me for saying the stuff I say, so that
Jeselnik,
once I build a follow,
he did it.
Who?
Anthony Jeselnik.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
he's-
been guys that have, like the Legionist Gangs guys.
Yeah.
I look at them and it's a longer road, but eventually you have a more loyal fan
It
base
clicks.
because of it.
100%.
Whereas if I were to be like, all right, I'm going to be the far right guy that's like Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh type dude that just tries to be funny on top of it. That lasts for as long as they want it to last. And then they're like, we don't like this guy anymore. That's why you get Ben Shapiro reacting to videos now, which is crazy. It's like Ben Shapiro watches girl fall off chair. And he's like,
well, because all his followers found out he was Jewish and then they stopped listening.
Dude, it's crazy how much we have to adapt and try to change to certain areas in life. Because it's like, I don't get to do any fun shit on social media anymore. It has to strictly because
what do you mean by fun shit?
Like I can't. I think I'm limited to like one curse word
I'll give you
video now, and then the shit just gets taken down.
I'll give you my password and you just go off.
Oh, dude, I'd love to. Man, I remember when I first started. Like it first started really getting big. I just got to have so much fun, and then people like when me and Kaylee started dating. I know I started getting every video reported from God knows who, and like I had to stop having fun because it was like every video.
Is this on TikTok?
Everything.
How many do you have on TikTok now?
5.2 million.
Jesus,
jeez Louise,
crazy.
Is that a lot for TikTok?
Oh, it's good. I'm not gonna lie. It's because when we met, I think I had like
I've done 1. TikTok. 5. I've never done TikTok. Never really watched it.
When I started,
I have 3.4K.
There you go.
That's better than I should have.
Hell yeah,
Adam. Yeah. Hit me, dude.
Yeah. Come on, that's more impressive. I was waiting on that. I was like, man, this is gonna get real fucking weird if you don't have this guy right now.
I'm gonna hold off on it.
Adam having 4.3K is way more impressive than you having 5 million.
I agree.
Adam's a ghoul, man.
Yeah,
you're just a sweet, handsome.
Well,
guy.
we've said that when people are scrolling through stuff and my reel comes up, I got to be funny fast.
I gotta get to it.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I'm gonna do it funny because they're like, who is this monster? Is this Beetlejuice?
Just 40-year-old women see you and they're already rubbing their pussies.
But see, here's the thing with that though. Like when I started, it was a lot of lip syncing and dancing. My first video
on TikTok that worked.
You did?
Oh no, not me. No. I'm saying.
Were you also a sexy young girl?
So that's all that I was seeing on the app, and I immediately jumped into comedy. Like I just started doing comedy sketch comedy. I mean, and my first ever video was talking about strains of weed, and like one was called Volcano or something, and when you smoke it melts your nuts off, and that was like the first video I ever posted. And then I just
black voice,
I just kept posting stuff like that, and for the first 3-4 months I had maybe 40 followers, and then I just kept doing comedy, and one video blew up, and then after that every video just kept doing it.
Yeah,
that's what Matt Rife said happened to him too.
It literally was like, I remember I had 42 followers. The next morning I woke up, had 180,000.
Holy shit.
Literally in 12 hours.
See, we've had a couple things pop off, but looking like this, I gotta really hunker down and get a lot of stuff.
Say something funny immediately as soon as you hit the button.
One of our clips from this podcast got 9 million.
Oh shit!
I got maybe like 300 followers from it.
There you go.
I don't know. It's all about getting in front of the right people. I did Kill Tony 2 weeks ago, so I'm hoping that I might.
Let's go, man.
This is my second time doing it, but I hadn't done it in like 4 years. So
yeah,
it was fun. We'll see. You never know how they're going to receive it.
I just signed up for the third time.
Oh, really? You're over there with the
hanging out with him.
Oh, look at you, dude.
Yeah, man. I'm
hang out at Poor Choices with them?
Dude, I'm fully engulfed in the Texas scene, man, in the Austin scene. And I've met a few people that follow me.
Oh, fun.
And I'll just hang out, meet people. It's cool, man. Yeah, if anything else, I'm meeting a ton of people.
There are 50-year-old fat women that do comedy.
Oh, bro. The first time I signed up, dude, I felt horrible because this lady comes up to me, and I'm not trying to, I know I need to get better with introducing myself to people, but I'm kind of just off to the side to myself. And I met this lady, and she came up to me. She was like 50. And she comes up and she's like, where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. I drove in from Oklahoma. I took the last of my money and drove down here to like make my kids proud. Hopefully this changes our life.
To get her to kill Tony?
Bro.
It fucking won't.
Dude,
Did she get up?
No. She, about an hour after, so they started drawing names at 8:15. I saw her around 9:10. And she was sloshed, drunk as fuck.
That's so sad.
That's
and
how
I'm
all
thinking,
those people are.
I was like,
her kids,
lady, if they call you up and you came here for this opportunity and you are this drunk, you're fucked.
You're gonna make the worst Kill Tony bombs of the month. That's gonna be your biggest
not gonna get
credit.
your gas money back.
I
You're
feel
gonna
so
be
sorry
stuck
for
in
her
Austin.
children. That's their mom.
And they probably like Kill Tony too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Everybody's watching it, so it's
huge. A lot of people. It's crazy how big it is.
It changed the city of Austin.
Well, it's good and bad because it's like we don't want to be the Kill Tony scene. Because the problem with that is now it's like if you want to be big in Austin but you weren't already a big name, it's like you got to get on Kill Tony. And I think that will change. It's going to take other things popping up. Like I think as some of the podcasts get bigger in Austin,
sure, and
like there's more just like homegrown talent here, it'll help. But as of now, it really is like, I mean, you'll see a guy get up there and crush, and it's like I've seen that guy bomb so many times with that material, and now he's a huge comic. And it's like he's not better. It's just that the right people saw him, and he got hyped up.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, you never know.
Interesting learning.
Like the problem is like that woman you met. A lot of them are investing so much time into coming to the city to live here to make a career, but they have spent like 7 months only doing comedy, and they're gonna fail 100%.
Because they're like they met somebody that went up after 20 times of doing comedy, they crushed it. So they're like, I'm going to buy a plane ticket and leave my family and move to Austin. But it's like and I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying
it is pretty much impossible.
It's impossible.
but I'm
We've
saying
been doing
like,
it for 7 to 8 years, and it's still
I
fucking
came here
impossible.
with 4 years of experience and had to claw my fucking way to get
and that's good. When you work for it, it makes it that much. But I'm just thinking to myself, if these people have only done comedy 5 times in their life, they uproot their life and move to Austin. That's great. You have like a dream in mind, but their dream isn't to work for comedy. Their dream is to get lucky and hopefully, fingers crossed, blow up. Yeah. And you didn't even put enough work in, I feel like, to... Well, not even that. That sounds bad. I'm trying to make this sound
you're right.
as good as possible.
Put any work
are you
into
saying
it.
Their dream is to be rich and famous?
Correct.
If you're in comedy and your dream isn't to be better than your heroes, then get the fuck out.
I'm saying
here's the thing. If you're going to Kill Tony with that perspective, you better be in a fucking wheelchair.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
you better be retarded in a wheelchair or black, or nothing is going to happen.
Otherwise, ain't nothing happening for you, homie.
It's more so of like, if you go from doing comedy 5 times to now you're in the major leagues and you're all over the place, you're not going to learn anything from that.
Well, and also there's a good chance you'll skyrocket, fail, and then any chance you ever had of having a career like long-term wise is gone.
It's like you had your shot.
If you skyrocket
almost.
and you fail, it's over. Like there is no one's going to give a shit about you even if you get better. People are like, who cares? We already saw you. We don't care about it. But like, I mean, and it is like Cam Patterson. We love Cam. Like he was one of our first episodes on the podcast.
Hell yeah.
We had him here the week he became a regular, and we all loved him before he became a regular. Because he's super nice. He's very talented. Yeah. And for him, once he got big, I mean, he was 2 years in. It was a struggle for him. I mean, he had to fucking put in a shit ton of work to meet the expectations that are built for him now because everyone loves him. Yeah. And even still though, he still
the same with
gets lots of hate on the internet. Anyone does.
The thing with Cam is he has he's not happy with what. Like he wants to be the best.
He wants to get
which
better.
Is good, yeah.
Yeah, he's not settling because he got to a certain point.
He's like, I'm selling out, so who cares? I'll just do what I'm doing.
That's what's going to make...
He's still trying to get better, which is a good mindset for a guy at that position.
I work almost every Monday, so I'm there like seating all the Kill Tony people, and you make small talk with them and stuff.
Yeah, I waved at you last Monday.
Oh, did I not wave back?
No, I'm sure.
Yeah, I didn't have time, dog. Sorry.
Wait, what?
I think we made direct eye contact, you son of a bitch.
Me or Chris?
No, you.
Oh, my bad.
No, I'm just playing.
I'm sorry.
I'm not going to lie. I actually went like this. I went and started to raise my hand, and I was like, "No, I don't think he's looking at me."
Was
so
I
just
putting the phones in bags?
No, I think you were just talking to somebody beside you.
Were you acting like a high school kid that sees a cute girl?
Because we had a passionate night together.
I didn't know how. I know how the mothership is. Like, I didn't want to be like, "Hey, man," and some dude just comes up and just punches me in the side of the fucking temple.
That does happen.
It's me. Don't talk to my man.
They protect me at all costs over there.
Yeah. So I just kept walking, man. I got my slice of pizza and
I probably just didn't
business.
recognize you, honestly.
It's been a minute, man.
Where'd you get your slice of pizza?
Right beside the
Rapolo's. How terrible is that place?
I mean, it's pretty good.
Rapolo's sucks.
No, it's good.
I get it when I'm hungry.
At first.
I wouldn't get it on a normal day. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't get it on a normal day.
Rapolo's, it's good when you're hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pizza for me.
It's fine at first, and then it pitters out.
It gets really bad.
The taco trucks down there are pretty good.
Yeah, Taco Way, the one right across from
Have you had Casino El Camino yet?
Oh, you got to go there.
What's that one?
It's on
It's
6.
the best burgers
and
have.
wings, and some of the best wings I've
Is
ever
it a
had.
food truck?
No, it's just a little like.
It's a spot.
It's like a dive bar.
Yeah,
kinda
it's kinda like
Is it
metal
themed.
walkable from?
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
I'm in there.
It's like 3 minutes from here.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I'm so tired of
Yeah,
that
we'll
pizza,
show you where
man.
it is.
I've been eating that pizza every week.
If I
Oh,
murder,
no, this place
it's gonna
is
be a little
so
bit of a
good.
wait, probably like 30, 40 minutes. But
That's okay.
There's a lot of places to chill. There's pool tables and stuff in there.
I'm down here from every bit of 5 p.m. to 10:15. So
Hell yeah.
I'll have time.
no,
But,
it's crazy. You should try it. Yeah.
talking to like people as you're seeing them, there's so many like, I signed up tonight, man. I really hope it happens. And I'm like, oh, how many times have you done comedy? And they're like, never. I'm like, well, how do you think it's going to
It's
go?
so
They're like,
crazy.
they're like, Cam Patterson had barely done comedy. I'm like, Cam Patterson was doing comedy.
Yes.
He
At
wasn't
least,
just a
yeah.
random, like, can you name anyone who's just been an audience member that got up on Kill Tony and then blew up from it? Like maybe they became a joke.
Uncle Laser did his first time on Kill Tony.
Yeah, but he was already kind of a social media celebrity.
Yeah.
That's the
And
thing. Like if
then,
you already have a little bit of a following, you can capitalize on it.
Yeah, I'll be standing in line and I'll hear somebody behind me and they're discussing like I'm ready to answer when he asks me about my love life, I'm gonna say this, this, and this, and throw in a little joke. And I'm like, man, I've seen an episode just like this. And when they try that, they get destroyed.
Well, you don't want to over prepare.
Yeah, you have
No.
to. I think the interview, you just kind of got to do you.
That's
Be
how
as genuine as possible.
when I did it this last time, I sign up every Monday when I'm working, and then I kind of forget that I did.
Yeah.
Like then I'm just
What a
chilling.
blessing.
Well, it's nice because for us, yeah, it's fucking amazing. You sign up, you just get you're working, and then if you happen to get pulled, they come and find us. And yeah, I was sitting on the stairs. And they're like, "Hey, you're going up right now." I had about maybe like 7 minutes of backstage time waiting to go up.
Okay.
And in my head, I was like, "Prepare the minute." And then I started being like, what should you say in the interview? And I'm like, just go with it. Like, don't go out there with a prepared interview.
Where you have a
'Cause-
joke for every single question,
Yeah.
like your show is still going.
For sure. And then when I did the interview, I was joking on everything they were saying, trying to be funny, but I'm doing it just off the cuff and riffing with
Yeah.
it. I'm not trying to be like, steer the conversation to a point where I know I have a joke for it.
You're
and stuff.
like almost impulse punchline.
And it went by. It went by super fast, and I think it went all right. We'll see when it comes out. But
Yeah.
Adam Ray was doing a character, an open mic character that looked just like me.
Oh shit.
So,
I'll make sure I comment on the YouTube video. I don't know what else I could do to
that
help
guy
you out.
killed
man.
my daughter. Cody, what the fuck?
live at a show killed my daughter.
Yeah, it's like Kill Tony, but it's called Kill My Daughter. That's a different.
Dude, I
kind-
can't wait to watch that episode, man. I'm excited.
I think it comes out this Monday, or I don't know when they come out.
I mean,
what do they
maybe.
come out
Should.
Tuesdays?
I don't know when. I don't know anything.
I'm
about Kill
excited
Tony's.
and also terrified because it's like I've seen how those fans can turn on people.
Yeah.
You never know. How
Do they kind of wait until they hear feedback before they kind of see if they have certain people back on? Is that kind of what they go with?
I'm not sure how it works at all.
Sure. I
honestly.
did it like 3 times, all random.
Yeah.
I don't think it's feedback or anything.
No. Fuck.
I think now it's at
You
a
still
bigger
got to do it?
stage because we had both already done it before it was at Mothership.
Yeah.
Now at Mothership, you know, any person that gets on really does have an opportunity to fucking blow up from it. You
Sure.
do one, like I purposely put in this joke. I have a Kobe Bryant joke where I say something about Kobe Bryant.
Oof.
And then
Yeah.
I purposely put this in there because it's like, I think they're going to like it. I was like, everyone.
Did they like it?
Yeah, they liked
They
it.
liked
Hell
it a
yeah.
lot.
They're like,
Nice.
I was like, everyone says you can't make fun of Kobe because he's like so perfect. I was like, but I heard he was a real strict parent, real helicopter dad.
Oh, shit. R.I.P. Kobe. God, dog.
It's fine. He's dead.
Oh,
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He doesn't know.
man.
He wasn't that good.
Well, I'm glad they.
He
I'm
was
glad
really,
they liked
really
it.
good at basketball.
Oh, I'm talking about being a person.
Oh,
He wasn't that good.
Hello. Hello.
Man. God, dog.
But it's funny. I could say the most like racist stuff on stage, and then that joke, I always am like, I might not have the black audience after.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's- you really never know.
That's
Hey,
all right.
he's an idol, man. He was an incredible basketball player, but I'm
This is
not
very
not
true.
a big basketball fan, so I don't have that.
I've never
same-
been able to get. I feel like NBA is around all year long. I've always been
Oh,
an
like it
NFL
never
It
ends?
never. January, December, there's an NBA game on. I feel like.
I'm not a big sports
Or
guy. I
maybe
like
I just
UFC. That's all I really go.
I
Okay.
like tennis. I like watching tennis.
Shut the fuck up, right? No, you really?
I
He
don't watch
claims
him.
he used to play. I've never seen.
I
him
was
play.
undefeated in high school.
Well, there's no one in your weight class.
Oh yeah, I was only playing the women or the retards, but I was
Oh, my-
undefeated.
How big was your school? It was
How
me.
big was my school?
Yeah.
It was
Like how big was the tennis team?
The tennis team wasn't. It was like 30
was
kids.
just him, but it
we
was
played
really
a bunch
big.
of other schools. This was also in Lakewood, Washington, and Tacoma. So
okay.
Mostly
black people. So it was all the Asian kids I had to play.
Yeah, I was on the swim team because I knew how to
And
swim.
I was still like, I was 6'4", just slamming this shit down.
Damn.
Yeah.
6'4", must be nice.
Asians suck at tennis, dude.
Great at ping pong.
you don't see that a lot.
Great at ping
Yeah,
pong.
they're good at tiny
They're
tennis.
good at little tiny little.
Because they have the small little hands.
We should make tinier
They're so
sports.
used to putting together little tiny phones.
Yeah.
So little ping pong thing's nothing.
We should make tiny baseball for them.
Oh, that's a thing.
Ooh, tiny baseball.
Tiny baseball,
I
man.
actually saw a video today where these guys have the full arm sleeves on and they have their hand in like a puppet. It's a little baseball field and someone hits a button like pinball and the ball comes out and they hit it with a little mini bat.
That's
and
badass.
it goes
Cute as
out
hell.
every time. It goes out the field every time.
Why aren't there?
And they were cheering running around the sculpture.
They're
Oh,
Asian.
really?
Asians like baseball, right? Isn't Japanese
Oh,
baseball?
baseball's
Yes,
pretty
Japanese.
huge in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese people love
Baseball's one
baseball.
of those few sports from America that's all around the world.
Yeah.
Soccer.
Or
Well,
we
soccer's
suck.
not from America.
No.
baseball's very diverse. There's all
Yes.
sorts of different
Yeah,
types
it's
of people.
white people, black people, and then mostly Dominicans.
and
Very true.
Asians.
Mhm.
And Asians.
Yeah, Hispanic too.
Yeah.
There's like it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I think
Who's
that's
that-
kind of it.
Who's that
As far as
famous
sports go.
Asian baseball player from Seattle?
Ichiro.
Ichiro. Ichiro.
Yeah.
That dude's a fucking
I used to
asshole.
play as him.
I'll tell you that.
Was
Ichiro fucking.
Was Ichiro mean to you?
He sucks as a fucking person. He's terrible.
We were on a mic together.
Yeah, that guy
Really?
Fucking
No.
sucks.
I was like, wow, you opened for Ichiro?
I opened for Ichiro. That fucking guy sucks. No, I used to
remember-
film for baseball teams, and I met him once.
And he wasn't nice.
He was a dick. They're
Baseball
all
players are
dicks.
mean for some reason.
Because
They're
they-
making so much money.
Yeah.
They're
crazy.
It's like I think it's the highest paid sport.
You think
don't know,
so?
It's not football or basketball. It's
Really?
literally
I would
it's
say
either soccer or
way
baseball.
before
It's gotta be
baseball.
soccer.
Soccer way before
Because
baseball.
soccer's people forget that it's
Oh
international.
yeah, Messi is making stupid money.
International means way more because there's an MMA organization called One FC, and it's like they do kind of what UFC does, but they also do like grappling matches and kickboxing matches, and they get better ratings than
Cristiano
the UFC does.
Ronaldo. It's gonna look like soccer.
Who's that?
That's soccer.
Who's Cristiano Ronaldo?
Ronaldo is
Soccer.
He sounds like a fucking
Highest
douchebag.
paid women's sport with an annual salary of $37,000. I'm just
$7 an hour.
Oh, tennis is one of the.
man.
Tennis.
Well,
Really?
highest paid women's sport is complaining.
Dude, I literally was trying to find that.
Highest
Doesn't
paid
even
women's
say.
sports is telling stories that have nowhere to go.
Man.
Not being happy with what you have.
So
Oh, yeah.
NBA is the professional sports league with highest play. No way.
that makes sense. Those guys make.
But I heard they don't make great money in the league. They make more money
no,
off
they-
of endorsements.
well, they probably
Well, it's an
waste.
average. Yeah.
yeah.
They run through their money too.
I bet you LeBron James is lifting that average up like a
Oh,
motherfucker.
100%.
Does he still play?
Highest paid sports
Damn.
league.
Is he on the
NFL.
same team as his son now?
He's on the Lakers with his son.
Oh
That's
wow,
so
that's
gay.
His
cool.
son is averaging like 1.5 points.
That's
Is
not
that-
good, right?
No. No.
He'd be good in soccer.
because he's on
Yeah.
the same team as his dad.
They need to get his
Yeah.
son in soccer. He'd be killing it.
But it's
over
like
there.
one of those things where he probably will become good, maybe, but it's one of those things where the opportunity
I
was
like
there
the
and he
new
jumped
Space
It
straight.
Jam.
depends. It's hard. It's hard with that. Like
That Space Jam sucked, man.
I liked
Did you
it.
like it?
the new one.
Yeah,
I
he
liked
said
it.
he liked the new
I
one.
thought it was kind of
I
fun.
thought it shouldn't have been.
I'll be honest, I'm just trying to be
It was long.
relevant. I never watched it. I have not watched it.
It was a little long,
Why
honestly.
you saying it
but-
sucked, dude? Be genuine, dude. Talk about just Space
I
Jam.
was saying, I was just seeing what everybody else was saying about it.
I
No,
liked
it's
it.
pretty good.
I thought it was. I watched
I'll
it
watch
with my
it tonight.
daughter.
No, it's fucking terrible, but it's
We'll
fun.
regroup tomorrow. it's fun.
We'll do
Yeah.
a companion piece
Yeah.
for Space Jam.
Hey,
too.
don't go into thinking it's not 2 hours long.
No,
It's long as shit.
It is for some reason
Dude,
very long.
There's a lot.
I thought about that when I just watched the new Wolverine Deadpool movie.
That movie sucked.
Yeah, we didn't like that.
Super
Terrible.
upset.
Oh, you
That's
didn't like
my
it,
number one superhero.
Are you doing
Deadpool.
the same thing? Are you, you
No,
can see what we
it's-
said.
dude, it
Actually, I didn't see it.
like,
I'm sorry.
When the movie ended, I was like, so much just happened, but nothing happened at all.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a really good.
It was like
description
a
of it.
fight scene and then a little bit of comedy
I
and then
described
another
it-
fight scene.
mediocre
described it as a-
one-liners and references.
100%.
That's all
I
it is.
described it as a 2 hour long Super Bowl commercial.
2.5.
I mean, one
Two
of
and a
everyone's
half
favorite
hours
scenes is
Super
where
Bowl
he just
commercial.
looks at the screen and goes, "Proposal." They're like, That's a movie he was in. Holy shit.
It's a better movie. The Proposal is awesome.
Proposal's pretty funny.
It was super upsetting because I was waiting so long for like a new Deadpool movie.
There was a point when I was watching that movie in the theaters because I had to go with my gay ass ex-girlfriend. The dude
I thought he was about to say my gay ass kids. Damn, I know it was getting dark.
No, Wolverine put on his stupid little mask. The whole audience cheered, and I stood up and like, "You're all a bunch of fucking children." And I almost got kicked out.
I'm surprised you didn't. There's no one that works at a movie theater that's strong enough to drag Chris out.
They were probably waiting on the gun, and you didn't pull it out, so they're like, "Okay, we're gonna let him slide."
I'm just holding two Jack Daniels in my hand.
Yeah,
you're
good.
a bunch of fucking children.
I know where the exits are located.
He's not a serial killer. He's just drunk.
He's
We're
just drunk and
gonna
angry.
calm down.
He's just a drunk baby boy.
I hate those fucking Marvel movies. They're a bunch of.
I liked the Deadpool movies. I liked the first two. I thought they were
love
fun.
Deadpool.
I didn't like any of them.
I'm not a big Marvel guy, but
No.
You're a DC guy?
no, I don't care about superheroes.
I think
Okay.
the Zack Snyder Justice League is so much better than any Marvel movie that's
I
ever
like the
came
Zack
out.
Snyder Justice League. It was really good.
What is this?
So they made
Justice
a movie.
League movie.
Zack Snyder was making a Justice League movie, and then they took him off of it for whatever reason. Had another guy come in and finish it, and it came out and it was just crap. And then like 3 years later, they re-released the cut that Zack Snyder had originally made before they like cut it down and like Hollywoodized it and shit.
That's great.
And it was actually great. It's like 3.5 hours.
Black and
but
white. It's kick ass.
They are black and white.
Y'all got me here. I'm not even gonna act like I know about this one. Yeah, I got
You never heard of?
This happened like probably like 3 years ago.
You never heard that there was a Justice League movie?
Mm-mm.
What the fuck?
No.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Sorry.
Do you know who the Justice League is?
Yeah.
I love superheroes. Who the fuck is the Justice
Who
League?
the fuck is this
I didn't know.
Batman you're talking about?
He's a man and a bat?
I might. I don't know.
You might know who Batman is?
No. I'm saying this whole Justice League movie. I don't know, man.
You know
I was
like
too busy being cool and watching the fucking Avengers pussies.
All right, that's a weird flex, but I'll take it. I'm sure there's way cooler things you were doing than that. Like banging chicks.
I love the Avengers, man. I love the
You guys
they
are
coming
pussies.
out
You
with
like Batman.
The Avengers suck, dude.
I fucking hate you, man.
They're all gay.
You don't.
They are all gay.
What's going on,
What are
guys?
the Avengers-
What's going on?
The
right now?
Avengers have who?
We were
fucking
Hulk. We have a Hulk.
Hulk.
We were molested by Iron Man.
Hulk would fuck Batman.
Now Superman's
Hulk
fucking
would
DC.
probably
dude.
fuck up Batman.
Yeah.
Wait, are y'all saying DC over Marvel?
I don't care either way, but
Yeah, I'm
I
not
probably
a
like
fucking
more.
nerd, dude. I don't give a shit.
right,
I do
first off,
cocaine.
Guys,
and I
y'all keep
punch holes.
setting me up and then shitting on me.
We
okay?
are probably nerds.
We
They're
do cocaine and we
wow,
listen to heavy
Batman
metal.
is way better. So I'm like, okay, no, it's coming
No,
back
dude,
to homie.
you were seriously gonna get.
I like the Batman movies. I like them probably more than
I like
most Marvel
Space Jam.
movies.
The video game was awesome.
Oh, the Arkham games were killer.
Oh, they're some of my favorite
There's
games.
a lot of good Batman
I thought you were about to be
games.
like, oh wow, you're a fucking nerd.
No, those are.
There was a Batman on regular Nintendo that was really good too. It's like a little
The
side
original Nintendo.
Yeah, it was
That
awesome.
game's so hard.
Those
It
were
is
the
really
days,
hard.
though.
It's like Ninja Gaiden a little bit.
Yeah.
What are we
Man.
at, Justin? Hour? Okay, fuck yeah.
Oh, hell
well, I
yeah,
guess we can
dude.
start winding down. Thanks so much for doing it, man.
Oh no, thank you
It's a
guys
lot
for
of
having
fun.
me. Anytime, y'all just call.
You got
I'll be
anything you want to plug? Any shows coming up? Or anything?
Yep, we got. Let me see if I can remember everything. I got October 6th, Indianapolis. October 10th, I'm in Austin, Texas, at Cap City.
Oh, dope.
October. You know what? Let me pull this.
Here, while he's doing that, this Sunday I have one show at Mothership, and that's all.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Let's
back
go.
to Cody.
Yeah.
I only
Let's
have
go.
one spot this month. It's
Really?
no.
Oh man, I was gonna say
No,
man.
we're just nothing that people should come to, but we're doing.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
I'm watching Space Jam next week.
Yeah, watching
I'm
Space
watching
Jam
it
with
tonight.
Cody.
All right. October 10th, Austin, Texas. October 12th, Tampa. October 13th, Raleigh. October 17th, Buffalo. October 27th, Jacksonville. November 3rd, Philadelphia. November 10th, Charlotte. November 21st, Greenville. November 24th, Portland, Oregon.
Nice. Can we blast some Tom McDonald behind that?
No.
As you were
No.
getting halfway through, I'm like, what is this going to do for your shows? You
Hey,
already
man.
have it.
No,
You're doing
I'll post
good.
that clip.
Oh, thank God.
Hell yeah.
Repost, man.
And what's your Instagram and TikTok? In case
It's all of it. YouTube, MySpace, Instagram, Facebook. It's all comedic_Cody.
All
Okay.
right, check him out. He's doing really well, and he still did this podcast. So if you if you listen to us, respect that.
No,
and
thank you
check
guys for
this
having me,
out.
man. Anytime. Hey,
Um,
charity work.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you
I'm
very
just
much.
like-
I'll take it.
No,
I'm just kidding.
it
I had to
is.
go around with what you were saying, man. I'm not a dick. I'm not a dick.
I believe you.
Some days. I believe you.
But yeah, check us out, the Filthy Show podcast on Instagram. That seems to be doing better now. And then TikTok, I am, I don't even remember. Adam Luckey Comedian.
Yeah, that's a plug.
I think Adam Luckey Comedian on TikTok, and then _ Adam Luckey on Instagram. Chris is C Rees Comedy. And yeah, guys, just continue to comment and say mean things to us and send videos to people that you know won't like
Say
the
mean
podcast.
things. I'll come.
I will come to it.
We want those 50-year-old middle-aged women.
Yeah,
They're coming.
Go and
Thank you.
Go in
They're
Cody's
coming.
TikTok comments and just post clips to our stuff.
God. You know what? I'll laugh. That's fine.
All right, hell yeah. Well, thanks for doing it, man.
Yeah,
that was
man.
a lot of fun.
Always,
Thank
always,
you, guys.
always.